Hello, Seiiti Arata. In ancient legends, the dragon is guarding a treasure. The dragon accumulates a gold inside a cave. And he does not spend the gold. He does not invest the gold. He does nothing with the gold. He's just a rich guardian of a useless fortune. The dragon represents greed, which is this never-ending hunger for more and more. And I'm sorry to say this, but you're probably the dragon. Your gold is the screenshots that you take of slides. It is the thousands of files saved in the cloud. It is the links that you put to read later. In this mountain of files, you feel that you have accumulated knowledge, but this wealth is external. It has not changed anything in your internal capacity. You need to stop accumulating more and more. Stop just sleeping on top of that treasure and start using that gold productively. The problem is that you confuse having access with having knowledge. You think that because you saved that link in the read later folder, you've learned it, and this is an illusion. Your collection of files is not just wisdom, it is a graveyard of intentions that you will never visit. So today I will explain why the habit of writing everything down is destroying your memory. Biologically, when you save a file, you're sending a command to forget in your brain. If you want your brain to remember, stop signaling that it is safe to forget. Your brain was designed to save energy. It hates wasting calories for nothing. When you click save to take a picture of a slide, a phenomenon called the Google effect happens. Your brain understands that the information is now safe on an external device, so it thinks, well, it is saved on a hard drive, so I don't need to spend energy keeping it inside here. And then it deletes that memory. Think about the damage that this causes. If your brain knows the answer is already in your pocket or in the cloud, well, why would it spend precious energy creating new neural connections? It doesn't. The result is that you're training your brain to be weak and dependent. You are outsourcing your intelligence to a machine. I know there is a whole movement today called the second brain, which has value, but many people are following that idea in a reckless way. The relief you feel when you're saving a file is actually the sound of your brain throwing that information in the trash. To truly learn, you need to stop acting like a data warehouse. You need to start operating like a solution factory. If you want to stop outsourcing your memory to the computer and start trusting your own head, in the Intelligence Arata Academy course, I teach you how to reverse that process. You can go to the link arata.se/intelligence. For immediate utility, transform passive facts into action orders. Most people write down isolated facts. For example, you are in class and then you write, diaphragmatic breathing helps to calm the nervous system. Okay, this is kind of useless. Your brain will delete that information because it has no immediate utility. To hack this, you must prohibit the notation of facts. You must transform everything to computer code using the command if, then. Instead of writing down the theory, you must write down the execution trigger. The mandatory structure in that case would be, if this thing happens, then I'll do this. For example, if my boss screams, then I'll take 3 slow breaths. This stops being just that information in your notebook and it becomes a direct command to your nervous system. And this works because the brain ignores loose data, but it obeys action patterns. So when you write if, then, you are installing an automatic reflex. You're not just keeping a memory. You are now programming your reaction so you don't freeze in that particular stressful moment. It is the difference between knowing the theory and having the right attitude already. The fastest way to access wisdom is to organize files by pain, not by logic. Take a look at how you organize folders in your computer. Probably it's by logic, right? Marketing and finance and health. And this is wrong. The brain does not search for solutions based on logic. It creates a path based on emotion and urgency. So you can rename your folders based on the pain that information is solving. Imagine you have a file with negotiation techniques. So you keep everything in the sales folder, but you actually never open it. If you change that folder to read when the client says it is too expensive, that makes your note a first aid kit. In the moment of trouble, in the moment of pain, you know exactly where the medicine is, the solution. Think about how you look for things in your life. When you have a very bad headache, you don't go look for a box called chemical compounds. You look for the box of painkillers. Your digital notes should work in the same way. Stop organizing to please a librarian and start organizing for the emergency room of your life. If you want to organize your digital files to have fast answers, you can go to arata.se/intelligence. The only way to ensure real learning is to destroy the draft and rewrite from memory. There is a trap called the fluency illusion. I've been talking about it. It's when you reread your highlights and you think that you know the subject because you can recognize the text. You think, oh yeah, I've seen that already, so it's okay. That's a lie. To know if you really learned, you have to do the destruction path. You have, at the end of your study, to close the book, close your browser tabs, take a blank sheet of paper and try to reconstruct the central idea from zero, using your own words. What you manage to write on that blank piece of paper, that's your real knowledge. What is not there, it's only in the book, you did not remember, that's not with you yet. Your original note is just a draft. Keep that draft so you know what you already know. I know this hurts because it seems like you're losing something valuable by throwing the draft away, but the effort of pulling that information from your head is exactly where learning happens. If it's easy, you're not learning. If it is difficult, then you're growing. This act is worth more than 1,000 saved files that you never read again. So, to reach the next level, you need to abandon the weight of what already helped you. Why are you so attached to your notes? To explain this, there is an ancient parable about the raft. There was a traveler who needed to cross a dangerous and wide river, and he built a heavy and robust raft. The raft saved his life. He crossed the river safely. And when he reached dry land, he thought, wow, that raft was so useful, I cannot leave it here. So he put the raft on his back and tried to continue his journey, but now he needed to climb a mountain. So what was before the tool of salvation in the river now became the weight that crushed him on the mountain. He couldn't climb. Your notes are the raft. They served you to cross the ignorance during the class. But now that you're on dry land, now you understand the concept, you need to have the courage to leave the raft. If you carry all the notes of the past on your back, you will not be able to climb the mountain of the future. You need to travel light. Keep the knowledge in your head. Let go the paper. So let's now summarize. Wow, the light is very strong here. Let's summarize for you now how to apply all of this. Stop treating your notes like a graveyard of dead facts. Transform each note into an action trigger. Rename your folders based on the problems they solve and have the courage to throw away the reference material so you can trust your brain, not your hard drive. Do you understand the importance of this in your life? From today, you will never again suffer from the anxiety of a digital hoarder saving files that you never read, because you will transform every piece of information into immediate action. The result is a sharp mind that solves problems on the spot instead of a slow computer full of trash. This is the difference between being a dusty library and being an execution machine. You need to stop accumulating digital trash and start building real intelligence. So, if you want to learn how to transform information into action, I have an invitation. You can go to Intelligence Arata Academy. That's where I teach you how to structure your learning so you don't depend on useless notes. You can go to the link arata.se/intelligence so we can transform this data warehouse into a powerful mind.